Yes, now, of course, if you have any questions, please.
Uh, this is international school.
Yes.
It means that they are focused on learning languages, right?
Yes, of course, that's the one thing, but as I told you earlier, so we have to follow this language program of the city of Vantaa, but this international means really because our instruction language is English. So then that's why we have so many nationalities, and all those children who move to Finland and then they don't know any Finnish, but they have a very good command of English. So this school is for them mainly, and then I mentioned that we have very many Finnish students, and usually they have learned English when they have been living abroad and they have been in the international schools. So that's why our name is international schools. And then think about our staff, because our instruction language is English. Then about half of our teachers, their native language is English. And then because Finnish language is a compulsory subject in our school, so about half of our teachers, they are Finnish. But then of course they have very good English skills and they have passed exams and studied English. So we have international staff.
Is it different ordinary school and the international school? Is it different?
By the way, so sorry, you meant different?
Ordinary school and international schools are different?
Yes, because of course, if you think about this city of Vantaa, our school is the only school,
only international
only international school, yes, and this is the only school where students can study in English. We only have, because our school is a comprehensive school, but we have another primary school. It's a Finnish school, but they only have one class, one group who start studying in English, and then they are in the 6th grade, then they can move on to our school to study in junior high school. They don't have to take an entrance exam anymore because they have once taken it when they started their education in Kaivoksella school. But all the other schools in the city of Vantaa, so they offer basic education, but for a medium of Finnish, of course.
International school is better than ordinary school in Vantaa?
International school is
better than
Oh,
ordinary school in Vantaa?
it's very difficult to say because, of course, I must say that all our schools in the city of Vantaa, they are very good schools, and we follow exactly the same curriculum. The only difference is that because our instruction language is English, so in the 1st grade, our students, they learn how to read and write in English and in Finnish. So we have more English lessons from the start than the Finnish schools. But otherwise we follow exactly the same curriculum. Of course, so textbooks and all material, so we have to have everything in English, but otherwise really, so we really can compare our school to other Vantaa basic schools.
Okay. Everybody knows that English is a very important. So it means that that's why I ask you. Many people want to come here to study here, not ordinary school. So it means that many people are think about if we graduate this international school, they get an advantage. So the competition is more higher than ordinary school. That's why I told you this is better than ordinary school. So
it's very difficult for me to say that our schools, but I must say that we have very good students really, and think about our 9th graders after graduation. So they almost all of our students, they continue their studies in upper secondary school. Only a few, 3, 4, go to vocational schools, so they have very good grades. So in that sense, so they are very good, but we have very good Finnish schools as well. And in these Finnish schools, so in the 3rd grade, English is a compulsory language. So in Finnish schools also, all students, they learn English. And in the 4th grade, and it is exactly the same in our school, so that then the students can choose a kind of optional language, and it's the same system in every school. And for instance, in our school, so we have French, German, and Swedish next year, one group, and Swedish is a compulsory language in all basic schools, in our schools and in all other Finnish schools, and the students start to study Swedish in the 7th grade. So anyway, for instance, in Finnish schools also, say all students, they learn English and then French, German, so it depends what they choose. And then of course in upper secondary schools, then there are more variety really, so they can choose more languages there. Yes, yeah.
So, Principal, what do you think that the Finnish can speak English quite well? So, do you think is there any advantage from the language, Finnish to English?
No, I must say yes. Finnish compared to English, like really different kind of languages, really. But I think it's just because it's a compulsory subject when the child is in the 3rd grade. So when the children are 9 years old, they learn very quickly. So then they have from the 3rd grade on, they have 2 hours English. So they learn at school.
So even if they don't know much about English grammar? Even if they don't know much about English grammar, they can still speak English, right?
Yeah, but of course we have very good teachers. Yes, we have very good teachers. They teach English grammar, and they, of course, speaking and writing and reading. So we have qualified teachers, and I think that think about this PISA result, for instance. So teacher training is very good in Finland, and all teachers, so even in elementary, so they have MA degree. So all teachers in Finland, they have to study at university about 5 years or so. They all have MA degree.
So as I heard what you were saying to us, that this school has been improved from the daycare center, right? It was a small daycare center in the beginning?
No, they have been separate. The school, yes, the ones that they moved into the same building, and now, so like now, so yes, in this
the library is public.
Yes, library is a public library.
So not only for these students? Also
No. For everybody.
Everybody.
It's a public library. It's not a school library. Yes, and so this daycare center is separate, and they have their own director. But daycare center is situated. It's located in the same building downstairs as our school, and that's why, because this daycare center is special, because they have this English speaking preschool, and that's why most of our students, they come from preschool, because they learn English in preschool, and then very often they pass, not all, but many of them, they pass the test. Because they want
the
to
reason
continue.
that I asked you in the beginning, that the question that the students must have been in the other country for a certain period, because the reason is that in Korea we have also international schools like you have, not here, right? And the minimum qualification is 3 years stay period in the other countries.
Yes.
So, but that doesn't mean that international school is better than the public school. And you are telling me also same thing, that the public Finnish school and this school are not different. It's the same curriculum.
The same
I
curriculum,
like that,
yes.
that you say
Yeah,
that to me
yeah.
that you have good students, but you
Yeah,
don't say that your
yeah.
school is better than public
Yeah.
school.
No,
I like that.
yeah, not really. I can't say that. Yeah, and then you said that your students or children they have to stay abroad for a certain period of time, but we have many students who they haven't lived abroad at all. They have been in this daycare center, English-speaking daycare center, and then they have learned English there. But very often it is so that for instance, mother or father is English, or mother's or father's mother tongue is English. But we have really students who come from purely Finnish families, and they have learned English very well in the daycare center.
One curious thing is that parents, okay, we have a public school here, and also we have an international school of Vanta here. And what you are saying to me is that the parents can decide which school they can send their son to, right?
Yes, in a way it is, because as I told you, so every student has to pass an entrance exam in order to get a place in our school. But really they can choose, because of course every child has a right to attend. Usually it's the nearest school where they live, so that's their right. But if, for instance, this Finnish family, so they don't want to, then they can really, they send me an application, and then I arrange this test, and if the child passes the test, so it doesn't matter what the child's home language is. If the child passes the test, then so the child will get a place in our school.
Maybe you've heard about Korea, but we spend a lot of time to study English, and also a lot of money to the kids to study English, but also we have a totally different language.
Yes,
totally
very
different,
yes, of course.
Sentence structure and everything is different.
Everything is, yes,
but we
that's
spend
right.
more
Yeah.
time, more than you, right? And more money than you. But still, our kids and our students not able to speak English quite well. So, what is your recommendation to us?
It's a very difficult question.
What is the best way to teach them how to speak English? Listening,
but I think
speaking?
it depends on the teacher.
Oh, really?
If the teacher is very good, and the teacher has, for instance, spent some time in the English-speaking country, and of course these studies at the university. So in Finland, if you want to become an English language teacher, you have to study at the university for 5 years at least. So I think the training is very, very good, and all this pedagogy is very important. When I was at that age, so when I went to school, so I studied Swedish and English and German, but the methods were very different at that time. So very often it was writing and translating, and not so much speaking. But now they have wonderful methods we use. So at the start, the children they can say something for it. First short sentences and then longer. I think that I would say that the main thing is that if you have a very good teacher and all this method like a pedagogy and very good methods, so then the children learn, because young children especially, it's amazing how fast they learn different languages. They pick up so quickly.
If we divide the learning English part, listening, speaking, writing, vocabulary, grammar, reading, something like that, which one we first we have to focus on to learn English, do you think?
This is also a very difficult question because I think all parts are important. They are really important. And think about our very young kids. So first they learn to speak and then write short sentences, read short passages, and then more and more. And then grammar comes. It comes along in a way. And then, of course, if you think about junior high students, then they have really grammar lessons. And of course, literature is very important from the start as well, that the children, that they read in English. It's really important they read in English a lot. So, and of course, if we have time to meet our English language teacher, so maybe she could maybe give you more information about teaching English.
Okay, especially in Korea, when we reach to accomplishment of learning English, we spend a lot of time, as he said, a lot of time, but especially speaking and listening skills are quite not good. So. But when we travel Sweden, Denmark, and Finland, we often met many people in the street, but they can't speak English, and listening skills they are quite good. But especially in Korea.